Welcome back to another video where we are learning some math and we are talking about combining like terms today. So first and foremost, we need to know what like terms are before we can combine them. So a like term has the same variable and exponent or power, okay? So when I am looking at a collection of terms, for example, let's say I have 3x, 3x squared, 4x, 4x squared. We want to see which ones are like terms. So to do that, I'm going to look for the ones that have the same variable and exponent. Now, even though these numbers all are the same, those threes match up in that first row, those are not like terms because they don't have the same variable and exponent. They have the same coefficient, but that is irrelevant. So what we're looking for here would be this 3x and 4x. That represents 3x is the same thing as saying x plus x plus x, right? 4x is the same as saying x plus x plus x plus x, all right? So those are a collection of x's. So those are like terms. Here in the middle, we have the 3 and the 4. Those are both called constants. They're not variable terms, but because they both lack a variable, they are also like terms. And finally, we have 3x squared and 4x squared. Sorry, I'll change the color on that. And those are like terms because they have the same x and variable and exponent. So this would be 3x squareds added together. Okay? So we're looking for the variable and exponent to find like terms. Now, how do we combine them? Well, what we are going to do is we are going to take a look at how many I have, and then I'm going to put them together. So in this first one here, I have 5n and 11n. So when I say how many n's do I have, I'm going to say here I have 5 n's, right? It's n plus n plus n plus n plus n for 5n. Okay, this is my first one. That's 5 n's. And for 11n, I have n plus n plus n. I'm going to keep going until I have 11. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay? And what I'm doing is I'm adding these all up. I'm combining the coefficients. Okay? So I have 5 n's here. I have 11 n's here. So when I count all those up, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, I end up with 16 n's. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm adding the coefficients. Oops, E, F, F, I. Oops, let's spell this right, sorry. C, I, E, N, T. Add the coefficients. Let's rewrite that word a little bit better here. A little bit clearer. Okay, we add that number that is in front of the variable. So in this case, the bottom one here, I have 4 x's and minus x, so I'm taking an x away. This is why I need to make sure that I understand that I'm adding or subtracting the coefficients, because sometimes I'm going to have some negative numbers that I can't represent by just writing the number over and over again like I did in the first example. Okay, so here I'm going to take 4 x's and I'm going to take away an x. 4 x's, and then I'm going to cross one off. And I take 4 minus 1 essentially here, okay? And that gives me 3 x's. I want you to give it a shot. Keep in mind this is a negative exponent or a negative coefficient here, and down here we have a negative coefficient as well. So remember your integer rules, and you may use a calculator. But remember that you need to combine the coefficients. The calculator is not going to help you with the variable, so make sure that you are using the calculator only for the adding and subtracting portion there. All right, continuing on, we have another example, and this time we have a couple different kinds of like terms. So I can't just add all of these together because they're not all like terms. So when you have more than one type of like term, like we have here, we have r, and then we have a constant. What I'm going to do is I'm going to identify the like terms first, and then I'll combine the ones that are like each other. So I'm going to circle in my ones with a variable. I'm going to include that sign in front of it because the addition or subtraction sign is telling us what operation I'm going to be doing when I eventually combine these together. And I'm going to use a square of a different color in this case, but if you don't have different colors to write with, then you can just use circle squares or underline some of them and circle others, however you want to do it. Okay, and now I'm going to combine my variable terms first and my constants second. So I have 12r and positive 3r. When I combine those, I get 15r's because there's 12 r's here, 3 r's here, and 12 and 3 together make 15. Next, I'm going to combine my my constants. So I have positive 5 and negative 5. So 5 minus 5, or 5 plus negative 5, gives me 0. So in this case, it actually simplifies out to simply 15 r's. One more example, because these can be a little more complex. Again, I'm going to circle my variable terms with a sign in front. And I'm going to box in my constant terms. Again, you can use whatever symbol works for you. Just be consistent, okay? And on its own, I have the variable term 9n. I don't have anything else to combine that with. And then I have negative 5 and positive 6. So again, I'm going to be doing some subtraction because I have opposite signs. So 6 minus 5 gives me 1, and it's a positive 1, so 9n plus 1. Now, this is my final answer. I cannot combine those because 1 and 9n are not like terms. They don't have the same variable. So I'm going to make sure I'm consistent and that I do not cause myself any trouble by putting those together when they are finished. Go ahead and give this one a shot yourself. Pause the video, and then when you're ready, go ahead and continue on. All right, distributive property, yay. So in the previous examples, we were adding things together. In distributive property, we're going to multiply. This is where we multiply. So we have a number outside a parentheses or bracket, and then we have a number plus or minus another number, okay? And what we're doing is we are multiplying this outside term by the inside terms. So let's give this some context here. We have 4 being multiplied by 1 plus 9x. Now, in some examples you may have seen previously, we had like terms on the inside. So we could combine those, and we didn't have to do this distribution part. We could just add and follow our order of operations. But when I follow order of operations here, I can't actually change anything inside the parentheses. 1 and 9x are not like terms. So because of that, I'm going to now simplify this by multiplying the outside term, the 4, by each term inside. So this is the same thing as saying 4 times 1 plus, because I'm going to keep my sign here, 4 times 9x. Okay, that's the expanded form is what we call that. So 4 times 1 is 4, and 4 times 9x is going to be, let's make those circles for multiplication so that way I don't get confused with my x over here. 4 times 9x is 36x. I'm going to keep that sign in the middle unless I have a double negative, which I don't have any negatives in this case. This would be my final answer because those are not like terms. I cannot do anything more with it. This one is very similar, but this time the multiplication is at the end there. So I'm going to multiply negative 8 by negative 4 and by minus 3n. So I'm going to take this, and notice that I set it as negative 3n there, okay? I'm multiplying it by both of those terms. So expanded form, negative 8 times negative 4 plus negative 8 times negative 3n. I pulled the negative sign with a 3 so that way I know what I'm doing here. Do not move that sign to the middle unless you are specifically told otherwise. In general, keep it as part of that term, okay? So negative 8 times negative 4 is positive 32, plus negative times negative is positive again. 8 times 3 is 24n. And again, these are not like terms, so I cannot combine them anymore. That is my final answer. Go ahead and give this a shot yourself. Pause the video if you need, and then move on. All right, so we're going to bring it all together. So order of operations comes into play here. As you may recall, we do parentheses first, or grouping first, and then we'll do multiplication and division, and then we'll do addition, subtraction. So in this case, I don't have anything I can do inside the parentheses because these are not like terms. So I am going to do my distribution first because that's multiplication. I'll worry about this plus here at the end. So I'm going to write minus 4 off on the side here, plus, and then I'm going to multiply this 7 times everything inside. Now this is called the rainbow method when I write it like this, or the bow method sometimes. So 7 times 1 plus 7 times negative 3m. Okay, so I'm going to simplify this now. Negative 4 plus 7 plus negative 21m. Okay. Finally, I am going to look at my addition subtraction, and I'm going to combine some like terms here because I have like terms here, right? And then I have another term that is not a like term. So negative 4 and positive 7, I subtract these essentially. I get 3. And then I'm going to take this and minus 21m instead of writing plus a negative because that is the same thing. But if you wrote plus negative 21m, it would still be correct and the same answer. Give this last one a shot yourself using the previous problem as a reference. If you need any assistance, let me know or let Ms. Rebecca know. Otherwise, have fun, do your best, and I'll see you around class.